Welcome to a TV20 News Break. I'm Dan Monroe. Cleveland's historic Irishtown River Bend will be getting a new lease on life with the groundbreaking of the long-awaited Stabilization project. Here's TV20's Alex Spectators with more.
The groundbreaking ceremony comes as a plan to prevent further erosion into the Cuyahoga River, while also building a new 23-acre park for the neighborhood along the waterfront. Mayor Justin Bibb, along with numerous other city and state officials, joined for the ceremony, congratulating those who have put in years of hard work to bring the project to life.
Let's show the nation and the world that we are a two-waterfront city, from our great riverfront to Lake Erie, that we can be a globally competitive city because of the great work we're doing to bring back America's North Coast right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's keep pushing. Let's get to work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We call it congressionally directed spending. That means you come to me with an idea. We work through that. We go to other members of the House and Senate and are able, not every time, but to deliver for Cleveland, deliver for Greater Cleveland and Northeast Ohio and the whole state. It's a long time we've wanted to make this happen. Irishtown Bend is an historic place. We're going to make it bigger and better because of the efforts of so many of you.
My beautiful granddaughter literally stays 2 blocks up the street, and I look forward to the day that I get a chance to walk her down here and tell her about this day when we kicked off this beautiful river project in the city of Cleveland, and how Cleveland came together and showed alignment from the public, private, and philanthropic sector, because we also don't want to forget what Mandel Foundation did in investing in this as well. Came together to make the river a destination that everybody can enjoy in the city of Cleveland. On behalf of all the Cleveland City Council, my colleagues and myself, we really appreciate the opportunity to invest in this, and this is Cleveland. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
After the ceremony, the ground for the project was officially broken, marking the start of a renovation a decade in the making. For TV20, this is Alex Spectators.
You can find the full groundbreaking ceremony on our YouTube page at TV20 Cleveland. Next, it was a week of naval pride and patriotism as Cleveland hosts Navy Week. This annual event highlights the rich naval heritage of our city and honors the brave men and women who serve in the United States Navy.
Today marks the start of Navy Week, and the mayor and the county executives had a proclamation ceremony just a few moments ago here on the grounds of the USS Cod Dock, and we're just very honored to be able to host that event, especially having Admiral and active duty sailors and our new inductees that took the oath of service today right here on the Cod Dock.
As a proud American, I have an affinity for all the branches of our armed forces, but a very special affinity for the U.S. Navy. My father, when he dropped out of high school from East Tech, he went off to serve our country in the Navy during the Vietnam War, and was a diver in the Navy as well too. And his sacrifice in public service paved the way for me to also be a proud public servant. So I want to say I'm so excited to commemorate Navy Week with all of you here this morning, and I'm here to present a special proclamation on behalf of the residents of the great city of Cleveland, Ohio, to commemorate Navy Week and all who fought and served our country admirably. Congratulations.
For the first time, Commander Anthony Falvo swore in 6 new sailors at the Navy Week kickoff event.
That was very unique to see 6 young men and women join the U.S. Navy and take the oath of office right here with the USS Cod, a World War II veteran submarine behind them.
One of those 6 new sailors was the grandson of Vietnam veteran Robert King, who was thrilled to witness his grandson take the oath.
Well, you know, it's always a pleasure to see my grandchildren and my children move up in life and prepare themselves and put themselves in the best position that they can provide for themselves. And when you can provide for yourself, then you can provide for those that are around you also. And so it's just a pleasure, man. It's great. And I just enjoying it, and I wouldn't have missed this day for the world. And I thank God above that he allowed me, blessed me with health and strength, that me and my wife and his mother and my daughters and all of us that are here, we came for a reason. And that was to let him know that we got his back 100%.
Support. It's clear that this annual event brings our community together to celebrate the U.S. Navy's service and dedication. Navy Week coincided with the 210th anniversary of the Battle of Lake Erie, which took place on September 10th, 1813. The 77th annual One World Day celebration took place at the Cultural Gardens on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, bringing in thousands of people to celebrate their various cultures with food, music, and dancing. The 2023 One World Day started off with the naturalization ceremony of 25 new American citizens, which was approved by Cleveland Judge J. Philip Calabrese.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be the first person to speak to you today as citizens of the United States. You arrived here today as foreigners, and you leave as equal citizens with all the rights, freedoms, and responsibilities as other citizens. In this regard, the inspiring words on which our nation was founded have a newer and deeper meaning for each of you. That all men and women are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
After the naturalization ceremony, the parade of flags took place down MLK Jr. Boulevard, with more than 50 countries being represented by Northeast Ohio residents, including groups not yet represented by the Cleveland Cultural Gardens, such as Iran and Brazil. And you can find the One World Day naturalization ceremony and parade of flags only on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Aviation enthusiasts and spectators from across Northeast Ohio gathered to the highly anticipated Cleveland Air Show. The skies over Burke Lakefront Airport have been a canvas for thrilling maneuvers, high-speed passes, and incredible aerial tricks during Labor Day weekend.
Well, it's very exciting. The air show gates have opened just a few hours ago. It's a little quiet now, but it's going to get very noisy later with a lot of flying. And the air show does feature the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds all 3 days. They're celebrating their 70th anniversary this year, and their first time in Cleveland was in 1965, flying their F-100s.
The air show has attracted some of the world's top aviation talents, including different divisions of the United States Air Force.
Behind me, you'll see the C-130 Hercules aircraft, cargo transport aircraft out of Youngstown, Vienna Airport, Ohio. It's an all-Ohio crew. So what we do out at Youngstown is we haul cargo. We've also got the specialized aerial spray mission, and we will crop dust, and we will do pesticide, herbicide spray for the Department of Defense around the United States.
It's kind of like an aviation festival. You've got obviously vendors, displays. The big attraction are what we call static display planes. So those are planes that are parked that you can go inside, meet the pilots, see the cockpits. We have everything from a vintage World War II B-25 to a C-5 Galaxy, which is the largest airplane in the United States Air Force. It's 65 feet tall.
The air show isn't just about modern jets. Vintage aircraft enthusiasts were also in for a treat with a spectacular showcase of warbirds and classic planes from different eras.
The plane behind me is a World War II combat veteran of World War II. 1944, April and May, she flew missions off the island of Corsica and did bombing runs into Italy. She was built December 1943 in Kansas City, Kansas. That's where the B-25D models were built. The plane carried a crew of 5, has been restored. We bought it in 1987. The museum did, and it took over 4.5 years to restore it. We were fortunate recently to be able to have a corporation, Florida Air stepped up and paid to have it painted to the original camouflage colors. Some people will remember this airplane when it was polished aluminum, but it is now painted in the original camouflage colors of the 489th Squadron.
The air show brings out observers of all ages for this family-friendly spectacle.
Lots of little kids and families. I say that you can't get this on your phone. You know, you have to come here on the show grounds. The sounds, the sights, the professional narration, the music, the smoke that some of the planes have. It's just very exciting.
This is our first time at the air show. It's been great to see all the planes. Our son Luca loves planes, so this is his first time actually being up close to one, getting to see them do their tricks in the air. It's a great event. It has food and just lots of different entertainment. It's a great experience for our first time. I will be back following years to come.
Being able to come out here in front of friends and family at the Cleveland Air Show, it's indescribable. I flew in the air show last year. I was the demo pilot, and my birthday was on Labor Day last year. My parents were able to come and see me fly during the air show, and that was one of the highlights of my career in flying. You can see the weather's gorgeous this weekend, so all the people that are here, the family atmosphere of the Cleveland Air Show is unmatched. So it's always an enjoyable time, and I look forward to it every year coming out here.
Attending the air show is an excellent way to introduce kids to the world of aviation.
I love it when I hear the stories of people who came here as young people and they were inspired to pursue a career in aviation. And then not only just pilots, but it takes a lot more people to keep an airplane flying. So it could be a mechanic to an FAA person. You never know. This sparks a lot of people. And some of the planes that we have here today are adults who now brought planes here. I think the C5 pilot grew up here in Cleveland and went to St. Ignatius, and he brought his plane back here this weekend, which is really cool.
The Cleveland Air Show has not only provided a weekend of excitement and wonder, but also an economic boost to the city and its local businesses. Hotels, restaurants, and shops have seen a surge in visitors, and the event has brought the community together in a shared love for aviation. Finally, the Cleveland Sandlot League of Days Gone By held a reunion at a most appropriate place, historic League Park. Reunion spokesperson Al Drew said this reunion has been going on for several years.
It's a reunion of baseball players that played many years ago in the city of Cleveland. The city of Cleveland back then was one of probably the best Sandlot programs in the United States. We didn't realize it back then, but we've come to realize it now. Our Sandlot program produced a lot of major league players, and it just was a great place for players coming up to get exposure, and it would provide a lot of cheap entertainment during that era for people to come, because a lot of fans came out to watch.
A plaque was unveiled in memory of Ray Schmatzer, commemorating his dedication to Sandlot baseball.
He was a league director in Class F, where he would have kids playing on soccer fields to fill the park with more games. As I always remembered him as Mr. Schmatzer. He's a husband, he was a Christian. As they mentioned, he was a U.S. Army veteran. But on top of that, he was a boxer for the Army when he was there. And many people today still talk about a fair person and a total gentleman.
The Sandlot reunion will continue on for years to come, each year fresh with memories and laughter. TV20 is streaming live 24/7. Visit TV20Cleveland.com to see our live feed and more. Stay connected with TV20 wherever you go by liking and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to watch our numerous programs. Coming up next, learn about what's going on with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools with this week's CMSD 360. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Darielle Snipes with the CMSD News Bureau. Welcome to CMSD 360, a look at news happening around the district for the week of September 10th. Today, Sunday, is Grandparents' Day. We would like to wish all grandmothers, grandfathers, grand-aunties and uncles, and grandparent figures a happy Grandparents' Day. We would like to thank you for all you do for our scholars. On Tuesday, the Board of Education will hold its monthly work session at East Professional Center, located at 1349 East 79th Street. The meeting will begin at 6:30 p.m. and will be live streamed on the district's Facebook and YouTube pages. Here's an important reminder. Last month, Board of Education Chair Sarah Ellicott and CEO Dr. Warren Morgan announced changes to the protocol for which the public can address the board at monthly board meetings. If you want to speak at the meetings, you must fill out an online public comment form to address the board. At the conclusion of each work session, a link to a request to speak form will be placed on the board website. The link will remain open until noon of the day of the next board meeting. These and other changes to procedures at board meetings, including meeting locations, can be found at clevelandmetroschools.org/Board of Education. Also on Tuesday, students at Paul L. Dunbar Pre-K through 8 school will receive a nice treat. Cleveland Browns cornerback Greg Newsome II will host a gym takeover. During the event, there will be an assembly and students will receive t-shirts. The event was built to inspire the kids to pursue interests in football, daily exercise, and to encourage them to stay in school in order to attain good grades and consistent attendance. Well, speaking of attendance, September is Attendance Awareness Month. CMSD and the Cleveland Browns Foundation and the Stay in the Game Network have teamed up to reduce chronic absenteeism. The district emphasizes the importance of attendance during September and all year long. There will be several Spirit Month activities, including an At 10 dance each morning at 10 a.m., attendance pledges, and more throughout the month to promote great attendance for schools and students. Schools who have students with regular attendance have a chance to receive some really cool rewards, including lunch from Arby's, surprise visits from Browns players and Chomps, the Browns official mascot, plus much, much more. Attending school regularly is important. Chronic absenteeism, defined as students missing 10% or more of school hours due to absences for any reason, can lead to a younger student struggling with learning to read by the 3rd grade, decreased achievement in middle school, and difficulty graduating high school. So students, get to school, you can make it. CMSD CEO Dr. Warren Morgan will host another coffee and conversation with the CEO on Wednesday at Rumi's Market and Turkish Grill located at 8225 Carnegie Avenue. Those who came out to other events had a chance to grab a free cup of coffee and have a one-on-one conversation with Dr. Morgan. This is part of Dr. Morgan's Listen and Learn tour. He wants to hear from the community, students, parents, and educators about what areas the district can improve and what is currently working well. The first of 2 town hall meetings that are open to the public is scheduled for September 28th at Friendly Inn Settlement, located at 2386 Unwin Road. Please pre-register on the Listen and Learn tour page at clevelandmetroschools.org/listening-tour for updated information. The second town hall meeting is scheduled for October 9th at Near West Theater, located at 6702 Detroit Avenue. Also on Wednesday, high school open houses excluding year-round schools will take place, and pre-K through 8 school open houses will be held on Thursday. On the day of their open houses, students will be dismissed early. Open houses on both days will be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a great time for caregivers to meet their students' teachers and see their students' classrooms. On Friday, National Hispanic Heritage Month begins. This is a time to recognize the contributions and influence of Hispanic Americans to the history, culture, and lasting achievements in our country. On Saturday, September 16th, the district will hold the Step Toward Success Special Education Resource Fair at Max Hayes High School, located at 2211 West 65th Street from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This fair will provide parents with information and resources to support their children who are on or may need an individualized educational plan, IEP, or 504 plan. There will also be workshops, giveaways, games, and food for the entire family. Free wheelchair accessible transportation will be available from East Professional Center starting at 8 a.m. Also on Saturday, there will be a free screening of the CMSD documentary Momentum, From Pandemic to Cleveland's New Way of Learning during the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival. The free screening will take place at Atlas Cinemas at Shaker Square, Theater 1 at 5:30 p.m. Come out and see how CMSD pivoted to remote learning during the COVID-19 pandemic and launched several innovative programs once students returned to the classroom. This is a free event and there will be a panel discussion after the screening. The application window is now open for teachers to register for Quarter 1 demonstrations of learning at their schools. Demonstrations happen during the final week of the quarter and are an opportunity for students to show how they have mastered specific content aligned to academic standards. The profile of our graduate competencies that will be on display include reading, writing, speaking, and critical thinking through complex tasks that are worthy of productive struggle. Interested teachers can visit clevelandmetroschools.org/demonstrations of learning to learn more, find resources, and sign up before the registration window closes on Monday, September 18th. Looking ahead, dads, get ready to put on your walking shoes. On Thursday, September 21st, schools throughout the district will participate in the annual Father's Walk. On that day, fathers, grandfathers, and father figures are encouraged to walk their children to school. The walk is a part of the Cuyahoga County and national initiative designed to show how important it is for fathers to be involved in the lives of their children. Dads should contact their child's school for more details. This week's shout out goes to these students at Marion C. Seltzer Pre-K through 8th School. They were caught doing an act of greatness without being asked. Solange, Youssef, and Ryan, all 5th graders, helped their teacher pick up items spilled in the classroom. For their act of kindness and being helpful, they all received a token to the book vending machine. You can see which books they picked out. These students were also selected to join the Seltzer Pup Star Readers. This is a great program where students go to City Dogs Cleveland, a canine adoption agency, and read to dogs. It is a win-win. The students get to practice their reading, and the dogs just love the attention. Now, we want to give a shout out each week, so please take pictures of your students, staff, or something amazing happening at your school and tag Cleveland Metro Schools on social media and use the hashtag CMSD Shoutout. We want to celebrate you. Well, stay connected with what's going on in the district by downloading the CMSD app or following CMSD on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks for watching CMSD 360. Have a great and productive week.